Hi, I'm Chuck Loch, a WGA screenwriter. Writing a screenplay is more than just sitting down in front of a laptop and typing words while studiously sipping a latte. When writing a screenplay, you are really writing a story. All stories have 3 parts. So you will be writing its beginning, its middle, and its ending. And while writing these 3 parts, you'll be making sure each part is related to the other 2 parts, so it all makes sense and has meaning when it's made into a movie and viewed on the big silver film screen, or the small TV screen. So how do you do this? Let's take a look at what screenwriters actually do when they write a screenplay. It's what producers and studios pay so much money for when they hire a Writers Guild, WGA for short, screenwriter, such as myself, to write a screenplay. Before we do this, let's realize that writing a screenplay takes a lot of time, effort, and know-how. The screenwriter usually takes years to learn his or her craft. This is why studios and production companies pay close to $100,000 under the current WGA's minimum basic agreement for a screenplay written by a Writers Guild member. When you compare this amount to the cost of a screenplay written by a Ghostwriters Central WGA member, such as myself, our price is quite a bargain. Most screenwriters start off by writing the story in its most minimal form, the logline. This is a 1 or 2 sentence abbreviated summary of the story that contains its beginning, middle, and end. It gives everyone in the filmmaking process the idea behind the story and what your screenplay and the resulting film will be all about. It's used to guide the screenwriter while the next version of the story is written. It also provides the first item for communicating your vision of the story to a producer or studio. The 1 or 2 sentence logline, of course, needs to be expanded into another document by the screenwriter on the road to writing the screenplay. This next document that a screenwriter usually writes is a summary document for a screenplay. It has a few different names depending on its length. It can be as short as 1 or 2 pages. If so, it's called a beat sheet. It contains the major details in prose beats, or major actions, of what events occur within each of the 3 parts of the screenplay. It contains the major events that begin the story, that are in the middle, and that end the story. These events are described in very short details. They form the skeleton that the screenplay is written from. In its most complex form of up to 20 pages, it's called a story outline. It contains more details than the beat sheet, especially about characters and locations, and may even contain snippets of dialogue. It is usually written as part of the screenplay itself, and is included in the Ghostwriters Central price for writing screenplay pages. The screenplay that we write, by expanding the beat sheet or the story outline, is indistinguishable from a screenplay written under a WGA minimum basic agreement. It is written in the same structure and format. But, like every screenplay, the words and phrases on its pages look very different than the words and sentences written on the pages of a novel. It's written to the same length, somewhere within the range of 90 to 120 pages. After the screenplay, a writer may need to write a synopsis. This is a document he or she would use to send to a producer or studio along with the logline for the producer or studio to evaluate before they read the screenplay. It's a common practice in the industry because production companies and studios are staffed with very busy executives who often do not have the time to read all the pages of a screenplay. So they ask for the Cliff's Notes version, the synopsis, which is a 1 to 3 page update of the beat sheet to include all the changes, additions, and deletions that were made in the screenplay story during the writing. This is a crucial document that the screenwriter uses to help sell their script to an entity that can produce a film from it. Another document that a screenwriter may be asked to write after they finish the screenplay is a treatment. It is a very specific document that is almost a mini screenplay. It contains shortened scene headings and a short summary of the action in each scene of the screenplay. It is most helpful when a production company acquires the rights to a work under an option agreement and needs to make a budget in order to sell the project to a studio or an investor. It is almost always written after the screenplay. Ghostwriters Central has an hourly fee for writing these extra documents, the treatments and synopses. It assumes several ballpark averages for doing so. The first assumption: synopses are written after screenplays and take about 20 hours on average to craft. The second assumption. Treatments are also written after screenplays and take about 10 hours on average to craft. Given these assumptions, there are a few things to be aware of. First, a treatment could be written before a screenplay, but it would require a whole lot of rewriting. At least doubling the hours of work rewriting it after the screenplay is written, because as it is written, quite a few of the scene headings, meaning, locations, and actions change to better fit the story. For a 100-page screenplay would be $6,000 minimum. Third, treatments and synopses are billed separately at the hourly rate. Fourth, also billed on an hourly basis is time spent interviewing, researching, reading, organizing, necessary travel, and any other time not spent writing the screenplay itself. This typically runs about 10 hours per project, but an estimate of hours will be determined beforehand by the writer. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to contact Ghostwriters Central about your movie or TV idea. We look forward to working with you.